Oh, hey guys. Welcome to the next Datsun video. Today we're going to be putting this on the car. Let's do it. Now, if you don't know what this is, it is a short hub. So this allows you to put aftermarket steering wheels on your car. Now, the steering wheel that's on here obviously is not factory, but the bolt pattern that the steering wheel gets bolted to the hub is different than the steering wheel that I have. So I can't actually just go ahead and bolt it on, but it should bolt onto this hub. So we're going to take the old hub off, put the new hub on, and then hopefully we'll have a new steering wheel on the car as well. So should be fun. First thing you're going to want to do is grab your keys. Now you just want to make it so the steering wheel doesn't lock. And you're going to want to make it, it's better to do this with two people, because I'm going to be going in and out of the car 1,000 times to make it so I can get the tires as straight as I think they're going to be. Now, the car's going to need an alignment anyway, because I went through and did tie rods and a bunch of other stuff. So this isn't really a big step, but if you're not looking to do an alignment after or fiddle around and take the hub off 1,000 times to make it perfect, then this is a crucial step. You want to make sure tires are as straight as possible. It's always best practice to do an alignment anyway after, but so that's step one. Make everything as straight as possible. Now, things are going to be moved around when you take the hub off and do stuff like that, so it won't always be perfect. That's why I said alignment will be your best friend after. It's always a pain when you're driving down the street with the steering wheel completely off to the side. So let's make it straight, and then we'll go to the next step. So once you get the tires straight, as straight as you can, you're going to want to, in this case, since it's not the original steering wheel, you're going to want to take off the horn. If you have a horn, or if you have like a block off plate, you're going to take off the horn delete plate. Then you're just going to unclip it like that, so your horn's out, horn button, and then you're going to see a nut in there. So what you're going to want to do, unbolt that nut, and then we're going to leave it on a few threads, hopefully bang off the hub. Leave the steering wheel on, obviously, because that's going to be your prying point. You're going to use the steering wheel to have leverage, and you're going to pull off with it. As you can see, I have my seat back pretty far, so I can start up here and use my body weight and shift it back, try to really yank this off. So what we're going to do, take that nut off, and let's see what happens. So I'm in the process of taking this off. Just for note, the nut that holds the hub on is a 22 millimeter. So in my case, the nut wasn't really tight, so I didn't really need to have someone else hold the wheel, but I'm using my knees, as you can see here, to kind of just secure the steering wheel, and then it's almost pretty much out. It wasn't tight at all. So you want to do that. Now, like I said, you're going to want to leave it on a few threads. Let's see. I don't know what. I think something just fell. Really don't know what, but it came off. It seems pretty easy to me. The only concern I kind of have is when I bought it, they were going to put the stock steering wheel on, which I know is worth a lot more than this steering wheel. They said they ran into some issues. I don't know if they just said that because they didn't want to put the stock steering wheel back on, because it is worth so much. But this is it off. So just grit and gunk in here. But yeah, it's it off. Now this can pretty much, I'm not gonna obviously throw it out, but it's, I don't know. I'm not using this steering wheel. I don't like it. Back here to my garbage bin now for this one. So some people are really particular. They're obviously going to want this pointing up, or if you don't want to see the lettering, you can point it down so you won't see it. I'm just going to leave the lettering pointing up. I don't think it matters. I really don't. Then it's just, this looks a lot sleeker obviously too. Now, one thing you may run into, you may have to use the quick release, just because this distance might be too short on here, that when you put the steering wheel on, when you turn it, you might not have clearance and you might hit dash or hit some of these, what is this? The light switch and the turn signal. But we'll see, comparing the distance, it's probably about an inch more shallow, this one, so we'll see what happens. So let's just go ahead and line it up if you can. This whole unit that's on here needs to be removed, just loosened, right? It'll push back, because what's happening now is, if you see in, I don't know if you can see here, so there's a little bit of space where there's no threads, there's no spline, so it's just smooth, and then the splines hit, which means there's about this much gap. I don't know if you can. It's about this much gap, so about half an inch, that is not catching, and it's just hitting against the back of this mechanism, so the turn signal mechanism and all that stuff. So I feel like if we just loosen that up, push it back, because there is room before it hits the dash. There's about 2 inches, 3 inches here. There's way more than enough room. Loosen it up, get it to the point where this slides on, and then push it forward till it mates up against this. Okay, so what needs to be done, there's a bolt on top and a bolt underneath. They're just Phillips. You unscrew those a few threads, and then you can actually move this, slide it forward or slide it back. So it was pretty forward, I must say. It was like almost there. So we're gonna slide it so it's flush, and then grab our short hub. Now at this point, it doesn't matter what's facing what, we just want to see how far it'll slide on. We want it to slide on pretty much all the way, which that is the distance. So since this is on all the way, we can push the unit back here forward so it's touching, because that's how it gets ground, and that's how it works for the horn. So now that that's pushed all the way forward, we'll just I'll hold that there, and then bolt it up, and then we can finish bolting on this short hub. Alright, so the turn signal switch and the light switch here is tight. This is on with the lettering at the top. I don't know why this camera doesn't feel like focusing today, but let's put that on. All we're going to do now is put our bolt on, and then go ahead, put our steering wheel on, and then connect our horn wires, and it should be good to go. So it's not a big process, especially on these older cars. You don't have to worry too much about airbag stuff, airbag deletes, all that funky stuff. So that's pretty much it. And this you can also change the angle of as well if you want, but I think it's gonna be okay. And I just double checked that the horn connector that there is here is actually touching the actual hub, so everything should be perfect. We'll check in a little bit once I got everything tightened up. So I'm just gonna go ahead, bolt up the steering wheel to the short hub. Make sure I have clearance, so I'm going to try turning it all the way around, and then we'll go from there. So let's do this. Alright, so the steering wheel is on. Yay! Alright, steering wheel is on. Now, it is kind of close to, on this side you can't really tell, I'll get another shot, the turn signal switch. And when you do pull up to hit the high beams, it does hit the steering wheel. So it will definitely be a lot better with the quick release on there. It'll give it a little bit more room. But as for turning it all the way, like going hand over hand or anything, I'll probably end up hitting the turn signal switch a little bit. But other than that, like, I might even be able to back it off. So I might even be able to back off the turn signal switch, this whole unit, and as long as the ground for the horn is touching the short hub, then we should be fine just for now, because I don't want to be constantly having to turn off my turn signal. Other than that, I'm just going to go and double check the tightness on this hub bolt, because I didn't have a lot of leverage, so I'm going to use my legs again, squeeze them up against the sides of the steering wheel, and just double check this tightness here. Make sure you don't pinch me. See, I got like another half a turn there before the steering wheel started to slip. So that should be good. So that's it for this video, guys. Hope you guys like the video. This is just something, a little change up, because we've been doing a lot of stuff with the engine. I figured might as well do some interior stuff since the car should be running soon. So that's it. I'll do an update once I get the quick release, and then I'll show installing that and setting that up. Other than that, stay classy, crew.